Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So have your way.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. So they say we should talk from our diaphragm. Anybody that has gone to form this thing before, you know that she talks passionately. Okay, so one thing I learned very recently, at least from yesterday to today, is that you have to be confident about whatever you're going to talk about. And I'm very sure my people are ready. Mr. Oluwole, are you ready? You know, you are the one taking the first chapter. So, oh yeah.
Good to go. I know some people have good to go.
Yeah, okay. Fire on. Do you want me to give you the permission to share?
Think and Grow Rich. I hope I can start anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, the book Think and Grow Rich, the introduction of Think and Grow Rich actually set the stage for the rest of the book, and it provides an overview of the author's background, the purpose of the book. Napoleon Hill, who is the author of the book, actually explains that the book is a result of 20 years research.
Yeah.
And the study of successful individuals, including industrialists, investors, and financial leaders. He states that he has distilled the common principles and philosophies of these successful individuals into a simple, easy to read and understand guide. Though that book is big anyway. So Napoleon Hill also emphasized that the book is not just about wealth, it also covers financial success. About wealth and financial success alone, but also covers personal development and self-actualization. He suggests that by applying the principles that are outlined in the book, the reader will be able to achieve success in any area of their life, including relationship, health, and career, as the case may be. So additionally, the introductory aspect of the book explained that the book is based on ideas that thought are things. That is the basis of the book, that thoughts are things, and that one's thought and attitude can have a direct impact on their life or on the level of success that they achieve. Okay, so Napoleon Hill also argues that by changing your thought and attitude, you can actually change your circumstances, and you can ultimately achieve success that you so desire. By changing your thoughts and your attitude, you can actually achieve your desire. Napoleon Hill also stated that the book is not just about collection of theories, but it's a guided practical method for achieving success, because he claims that the principles that are outlined in the book has been tested with 500 successful individuals, and that they can be used by anyone to achieve success in any area of their life. Okay, so that's a summary of the introduction of the book. I don't know whether I should go to the second, my second chapter now, which is chapter 8, or I should just hold on.
I don't know how you guys want to do it. I'm just enjoying myself.
You have to hold on. We want to try and do it by chapters. I hope everyone has their writing materials, because this is actually a practical book. You're supposed to practicalize what is inside this book. It is such an amazing book. We had to compress it because it's not easy to finish the book, Think and Grow Rich, this fast. So we are going to have, I think KK right now. Is it KK or who? The second person who is going to do chapter 2 and 3.
Chapter 6 and 7. KK is 6 and 7.
Oh, okay. So
I'm the one that will
Mr.
take
Ude. Mr. Ude is chapter 2 and 3.
Yeah. Okay. Greetings, everyone. I hope I can. All right. Greetings,
yes,
everyone.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. Okay.
Your mic is on mute, Ude.
You need to unmute your mic, Ude.
Wow. Okay. I hope, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you
I
loud
can
and
hear you
clear.
loud and clear. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, chapter 2 and 3 is discussing about faith, or let me just start with desire and faith. So Napoleon Hill, the author, explains the importance of having a definite purpose in life. So by stating that having a definite purpose is the starting point of all achievements. And that is the first step, in the process of transforming one's desire that you have in your heart into reality. That's its materialization. So the importance of having this burning desire is that it helps in, just like I stated earlier, to transform your desire into reality. There was this line that he dropped. He said that desire is a sort of material that is needed to create faith. But that is the relationship now that I myself figured out that the two chapters have. But let me just proceed with the chapter 3 that I'm discussing. So having a burning desire is a driving force behind all successful endeavors. And that is the key to unlocking one's potential. Just like the first presenter stated, you can see that Napoleon Hill's book, this particular one, Think and Grow Rich, has been there for decades, but due to the validity of the notion and the ideas being communicated through that book, still made it relevant even till death. So this burning desire is the driving force behind all successful endeavors.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is the key to unlocking one's potential. So in concluding this chapter 3, Hill emphasizes the importance of having faith in one's ability to achieve one definite purpose. So, and the purpose is like that of having a positive mental attitude. Having a faith and a positive mental attitude are essential for achievement.
Okay.
So
can you also zero in on that? You know that in that chapter 2, that desire part, he outlined 5 definite practical steps in that chapter.
Yes.
You remember that, right?
Yes.
Whereby
yes.
the first one is to fix the exact amount of money that you have, that you want. And I like the second part, the exact what you intend to do in return for that money. Because my brother, as simple as that thing is, many people don't have that exact money.
And that is where it starts.
Yes, before I jumped on the call, I was on a coaching call with a client of mine. I'm working with their team from now for 6 months, from now to June. So I asked this person, how much do you want to make in commission? She was talking there, talking here. But by the time we finished the session and she got clarity, you see, it is so powerful. Many people don't have that level of clarity, and then making it your definite. When it is your definite major purpose, you are consumed with it.
Just like the air that you breathe.
Yes.
This analogy that it makes that.
Yes, you are consumed with it. You are consumed with it. All right. When you have a major definite purpose, you don't enter the game of life just to participate. You go in to win. Do you understand me?
Born up.
Yes, it becomes a burning obsession. You write it down. You visualize it. That is what it means to be specific. You carry it like the air, like you said, until you see its physical manifestation. Then you pick up another goal again. Many people don't have that. Because by by February, many people have forgotten their 2023 goals. I'm telling you, they'll start coasting. They will start coasting. So you need to tell them that then what do you want to do in exchange for that definite major purpose? So if it's money you want 20 million, what do you want to do? So I want you to speak to that, because I'm going to share this and people are going to listen to that. I want them to be blessed by that. Thank you.
Okay. let me just run through a draft that I have here. Maybe I will now use it as the concluding part. I will add it in my conclusion, sir.
No, but I hope I'm not interrupting your flow, because I'm sure you're about.
Not at all, sir. You made a wonderful contribution, sir.
Go ahead.
Not at all. Okay, so after this, I listed lessons that I learned from this chapter. So number one, being desire. So this, I described it to be the starting point of all achievements. Second, being visualization. That's faith. Visualizing and believing in the attainment of a desire, or maybe my desire, whatever I desire, that I have burning obsession for. The third one being auto-suggestion.
Yes.
Auto-suggestion. So this, I described it to be the medium for influencing the subconscious mind.
Now we need to explain that a little bit we'll do it with the mind that people are going to listen to you. Okay. Let's break down the word auto-suggestion. The word auto means self. Autobiography means you wrote the book by yourself.
Yes.
Automobile means that you are driving the car by yourself. Okay. Auto-suggestion means the words you speak to yourself by yourself.
Okay.
Now, my brother, this is important because the only way to keep a definite major purpose alive in your life is if you talk about it, or you think about it, or you take action towards it. Now, when we say talk about it, I don't always encourage you to tell other people about it first. The auto-suggestion means you are saying it to yourself, because your internal ear and your external ear must hear it. Oh, because if it is only your internal ear that is hearing that, you are thinking about it, it's not as powerful as when you open your mouth to say, I now make $20 million.
Yeah.
So that's you. So when you say, when you do it every day, you overwhelm the subconscious mind to give in to you, because you repeat it every day. You will make the subconscious mind tired. So, okay, what do you want to take them? You don't worry me too much.
Yeah,
good at. So go ahead. Yeah.
Just like you have contributed immensely. Adding to that, in summary, auto-suggestion is like a way of feeding the subconscious.
Yes, sir.
A way of feeding the subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is so powerful.
Yes.
That it works with any idea that comes with it, that comes to it with emotion.
Yes.
Be it fear or whatever. That emotion attached to it makes it so powerful that it picks it up.
Yes.
So, and the subconscious mind is a 24 hours program that God is instilled in us. I don't know how he did it. The subconscious mind is even working while we are sleeping. So if the burning desire can be communicated to the subconscious mind, either through thought, just like you said, or words, backed up by action, I think this desire it will manifest itself into reality immediately. So following from the number I have here, the next in the list is specialized knowledge. Specialized knowledge. So this I describe to be the key to the treasure house of the mind. Specialized knowledge. Followed by the fifth one, imagination. Imagination. This is the workshop of the mind. The workshop of the mind. Then followed by the organized planning. Organized planning. Organized planning, I attributed it to be the crystallization of desire into action. Like that stage, you crystallized the desire into action. That's you organized, you've planned it in organized way. Then followed by decision, the mastery of procrastination. So I myself now, I hardly use this word procrastination, since that like the subconscious mind picks whatever it's being given to it without negating. Like if you read a negative sentence to the subconscious mind, it will pick it up, remove the negation there, and operate in it. So I would even prefer that this decision would be the mastery of procrastination. That is what I want to drive out here. Procrastination. If you can master procrastination, that as something is being brought to board, you do it ASAP without wasting time. Then the next one, being persistence. That's the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. That's persistence. Second to the last, being the power of the mastermind. The power of the mastermind. That's the power of the mastermind will drive force. I will elaborate on that later, maybe on the conclusion. The last but not the least, the mastery of sex transmutation. That's the 10th step to riches. Okay, let me jump straight into chapter 3. Chapter 3, in summary, Napoleon Hill discusses the importance of having a definite purpose in life. He explains that without a clear goal, it is impossible to achieve success. How will you even achieve what you are not clear about? Just like you asked the lady, and it was like, okay. Then he also emphasizes the importance of having faith in oneself and in your ability to achieve goals. This is also important. He encourages readers to develop a burning desire for success and to take action towards achieving their goals. He also explains the power of mastermind principle.
Very important. Very important.
Is the idea that two or more minds working together can achieve more than a single mind working alone. That's the power of mastermind, provided they agree to work together. Additionally, he encourages the readers to develop a positive mental attitude, which is the belief that success is very much possible and that failure is not an option. Okay, the lessons I learned from this chapter, they also include decide upon the major purpose in life and focus your effort
on it.
So the second being develop a definite plan and take action. Third being develop yourself and your ability to succeed. Believe in yourself and in your ability to succeed. That's faith. Believe in yourself and in your ability to succeed. The fourth one being have faith in your ability to achieve your goals. Have faith in your ability to achieve your goals. The fifth one being create a mastermind group to help you achieve your goals. I think Napoleon Hill almost went mystical when he was having meeting with his mastermind group.
Yes.
Okay. So,
but if you think about it, there is a banner or a handband that people used to say, "What will Jesus do?"
Yes.
Yes, like a mastermind. You're thinking in this situation, what would Jesus do? You do it sometimes if you really love your father, you respect him a lot. Someone that you respect. You say, in this kind of condition, what will my pastor do? What will my mentor do? Yeah.
And that's exactly the same scenario that is playing out.
So you're doing like imaginary, like this people that you respect, they are there because you so embodied their philosophy.
Yeah. Powerful. So create a mastermind group. That is what we just said. Coach just elaborated more on. Then the sixth being visualize your success and feel the emotions associated with it. This one caught me. Okay, the seventh being use auto suggestion to program your subconscious mind. I think we touched on this earlier on. Use auto suggestion to program your subconscious mind. You know, this subconscious mind has been okay, let me just take myself for instance, the environment where I live in and everything that has happened to me in the past have directly or indirectly, whether I accept it or not, have programmed my subconscious mind. So I think there should be this ceiling there. So in order for me to break that ceiling, to record new level of success, I need to reprogram it through auto-suggestion. So eighth lesson that I learned was to use the power of organized planning to achieve success. This will help to fuel my action a stage of the manifestation of the desire. It will help to fuel it. Use organized planning. I think I was reading a book. There was this book I read on habit, and it was elaborating how easy those things that we found difficult are, if actually we can make them to look more easier by bringing them closer, or like, how will I even communicate it now? Assuming that you're the type that you want to be, okay, taking fruits regularly in order to balance your diet, it will be more better for you to add or to be taking that fruit as a dessert after you've taken your meal, or as appetizer before you take your meal. But if you now reprogram it or to plan it in a way that you will take it randomly anytime in the day, the probability of you taking it is less than 1. So that is what I'm trying to communicate there. I hope I made my point. So to use the power of organized planning to achieve success. Second to the last being to persevere and never give up. Yeah, they're saying that now who give up, now you lose. So the last but not the least is to use the power of imagination to create a mental blueprint of your desired outcome. This is so much powerful. So there was this story the author narrated, a story of a child that came to world without sign of.
It's his own son.
Yeah.
His own son. He began to program the boy to believe, and the boy spoke. He heard.
Exactly.
Yes, it's his own son. He used it on him.
Okay, go ahead, Coach.
It is his own son that came to the world without complete hearing.
Okay.
No hearing at all, Coach. No hearing. He was zero hearing. Zero hearing,
yes. Zero hearing.
So the first time I read that story, it was as if, is this possible? But yes. It is amazing. It's amazing. It's a miracle. So in conclusion, the story of the strange turn of wheel of fate of Mr. Blair, the son's name is Blair. I hope I got the pronunciation correctly. Blair has practically instilled in me the desire that desire truly outweighs modern nature. So no matter what I am going through now, or what so many persons or the masses have believed to be a norm, if I can develop a desire, an obsessed desire mixed with faith, it is obvious that I will be in that group. Just few percent, maybe.
You are using more than your time, Professor.
Oh, so sorry. I will just
go ahead, but your time.
All right. So I will now be how will I even communicate it? Like the group that we make turn that challenge into how will I say a solution. I will provide a solution to that problem, thereby communicating it to many that particular problem can easily be solved. That is what I want to communicate there. So
thank you.
I will hang my boots here. Thank you. But before I hang my boots, there was this line I want to drop. Whatever I ask of life, with desire and faith, life will willingly pay.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I believe that. Thank you. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you. So now it's technically my turn. The reason why I allowed him to go on past 7 minutes was because the chapter 2 and 3 is actually the whole book. It covers a whole lot. So we will just be repeating almost everything he has said, because that's the next chapter. So the next chapter is the auto-suggestion. That's the fourth chapter. Is it the fourth chapter? Yes. So auto-suggestion, it's when you, I want to use what's the name of this pastor? Daystar, the lead pastor at Daystar.
Sam Adeyemi.
So, yes, Pastor Sam Adeyemi. He said something some times ago when we went for the leadership training. He said that if you can control what you see, if you can control what you hear, those are the things that makes you make up your mind.
Yeah.
So auto suggestions, it's the power of auto suggestion. It's actually comes. You are able to do that with your 5 senses.
Mhm.
So, but if we narrow it down, if you continue to hear a particular kind of music or particular kind of song, or you continue to see a particular kind of music, it's going to direct your mind towards it's going to bend your thoughts towards how you think, how you perceive things and all that. For instance, take Coach, for instance. Now, he has read almost more than 4,000, he has listened to more than 4,000 podcasts. Can you imagine that?
4,000
That
minutes.
is why his mind is always
Yeah.
alert. His
Yeah.
mind is always on the go. He's always when you wake him up from sleep and ask him a question about sales, he's always there. So auto suggestion, you have to put yourself in that place that you want yourself to be. You have to how do I want to put it? You have to put in yourself. They say garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
So if you don't put good things inside, you'll not be able to bring out good things. So the next chapter is specialized knowledge. That one I see it as don't just limit yourself to free things. Yes, they are free things, but invest in yourself. I remember when I told someone that I paid for Informs class. This is something I cannot tell everybody that I did, because the person just told me that you are not yet ripe for that. That was what the person told me. But in my mind, I was now like, how do you know what I am ready for? How do you know the questions I am asking myself?
Yeah.
How do you know what I really want? What I really want is not just make sales of 20,000, make sales of 30,000. Today, listening to Inform's story, she has invested so much in herself.
Yes, so a lot.
So much.
A lot.
Paying $10,000. Not be my for one course for 2 days. Hey, it's not an easy something. It's a whole lot. It's something that we need to, you have to narrow down your niche and be specialized in it. It is very, very important. It's very important, very key for you to know the direction. My people will say, Orunla is dried okra. So you have to know inside the mortar that you want to pour the Orunla into. You can't pour it into the one that you want to use to pound yam, to do pounded yam. It's going to make your pounded yam draw. Even because dry okra, it draws a lot. So when you pound it inside a particular, you cannot use that mortar for pounded yam. It will spoil it. So you have to know your niche, get specialized, and do it from there. Okay, so I think I don't want to spend a lot of time. We want to be able to cover the whole book. So the next person to talk now is going to be KK. You ready?
Yes. Yes,
Thank you. I like your background.
Please, can I have thanks? Can I please have permission to share? Thank you.
Okay.
Let me make you the host, in fact.
Okay.
So you guys can just do your thing. So you are the host now, so you can share. I like your background.
Thank you so much.
Very nice. You look at this place. I used to like to read book a lot.
Yes, plenty post-it notes. And this background, actually, I chose it because of this book. It reminds me so much of how, when the speaker the second speaker was talking, that's Prof. Ume, he talked about the fact that it's not just so much that you are visualizing. You need to be able to give an outlet to that visualization. And Coach said, don't tell everybody what it is that you're visualizing, but you must be able to tell yourself, right? And that's what these post-it notes represent.
Let me add something quickly, Kiki, because of that, why the science behind why it is advisable not to really share the things you want to accomplish with everybody, maybe like a few close people, because the way the brain works is that it doesn't know the difference between an experienced event or an imagined one. Now, if you go about telling everybody the thing you want to get done, the brain thinks that you have done it. So sometimes the impetus to drive towards that thing is no longer there. There's that concentration of power when you have told only few people, they are just chasing it. I don't know whether that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It also sort of reminds me of how you plant something and you don't keep going to dig it up.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
You plant it, you water it, you know
yes.
it's there.
Yeah.
You maybe put a tire around that thing where you put that seed.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're showing everybody where it is.
Good.
So yes, that is important. I'm going to be looking at chapter 6 and 7, which is imagination and organized planning. And the way the book is written, it's sort of interwoven together. So it's in a very integrated manner. So I've sort of done the 2 chapters in an integrated manner as well. To be honest, chapter 7 is heavy, and I would suggest everybody go and look at chapter 7. Go read it, because there's so many things that you need to do there, and it will be impossible for me to cover it. So
somebody's background is making noise. Who is that person? Who is that? Can you mute the person? KK, you are the host.
Oh,
check.
Right.
I
don't remember.
Check. There's somebody that's making noise in this background.
Yes, I've muted Chooks. Okay. So I mean, the first thing that imagination really is, if you can think it, if you can see it in your mind's eye, you truly will be able to do it. And I'll use myself as an example. Good. I heard about this business analysis and project management course, and I said to myself, KK, you can't do this thing. I paid for it in May. I think I paid for it in May. It was in pounds. I paid for it in May. I couldn't handle it in May. I couldn't handle it in June. I deferred it, but I wanted to do it. I said to myself, I'm going to do this course. And in July, I said to myself, if I defer it one more time, I would just leave that money that I paid for it, and I won't do it anymore. So in July, I started the course, and it was one of the most difficult things that I've ever done, to be honest. It was so tough for me because it's live projects that you have to handle. As I was doing the course, I said to myself, I imagined myself being one of the trainers, 2, being one of the business support analysts. And I said to myself, I'm going to get into this space. Today, I'm one of the business support analysts. I didn't just think about it. I didn't just imagine it. I said to myself, I am going to do this. And the mind has immense capacity to do so much, but you have to be able to see it. And if you cannot see it, then you cannot do it, right? And that takes us to synthetic and creative imagination. In my creative imagination space, I said to myself, I would do this thing. Now, I have several businesses that I run. I run a school, it's a nursery, primary, and secondary school. I run a teacher train. There's so much that I do, plus coaching. There's so much, to be honest, that I do. So to add this to it, I needed to be able to see myself in that space. I kept telling myself, psyching myself. I helped myself understand the things that I wanted to do, why I needed to do it. Of course, I created my mastermind group, which is important, right? But I needed to be able to, first of all, convince myself of the importance of doing this. And today I'm doing it. Is it hard? It is. But you know what? I'm doing it. Before I came on this meeting, I had another meeting with my project group. And it was fine, so it's something that you need to, first of all, creatively see yourself in that space, because if you can't, then you can't get there. And then the synthetic imagination is not, this one is not that you're thinking it, right? It is ideas that already existed. Maybe something you've done, something you've read, being in this group. That is synthetic, because there are things that have already been done and have existed, or they exist. And you sort of use that in putting in place the strategies that are going to then make your creative imagination come to life, right? So for example, I had to look at my team and say, okay, you know what are the things that I'm currently doing that I would have to let go of? So I needed to then train the people who are going to do that. So I did precise things to make sure that I could actually live and walk into that imagination and make it happen, own it. So that is what the synthetic imagination does for you. Now, what are the things you need to know about your creative faculties? Right? Chapter 6 and 7 are powerful. The whole book is powerful, but you guys need to sleep and eat, drink Gary on chapter 6 and 7. What is the creative faculty, right? The first thing is, that's the place where you tune into the vibration of the other minds, right? So that is the place where you can even begin to think about your masterminds. You just find out that you're talking about something and somebody else resonates with that thing. You're like, me and this person are sort of on the same wavelength. That helps you understand, oh, this person can be my mastermind. It's subconscious, but it's there. But you have to be in that space where you are even able to tune into the mind of others. The second thing about your creative faculty is that it is activated with the conscious mind, right? Vibrating by that strong desire on the inside of you. Like I said, it was a strong desire. I said, you know what, KK, if you truly want to understand project management, not even really project management, but business analysis, because that's like I love process. I love those sort of things. If you need to be able to know this thing, you need to be able to connect. You need to have that strong desire and connect with people who can do this, right? And so that for me was one of the things that drove me as well. So it's not just thinking it, you then need to, that desire needs to crystallize on the inside of you. Another thing you need to look at, and which is this right under that activation point, is that most people, a lot of people have been in that space. So think about your Van Gogh, think about anybody really who has achieved anything, Thomas Edison. They've all been in that space where it was that strong desire that pushed them to keep going and not stop, even in the midst of failures, right? And now these are, and I'm rushing this, as you guys will notice, so you have to read this book. I only have 7 minutes to crack, quite a number of pages. Now desire is thought impulse. So we know that if you ridden a bicycle once before and you go and try and ride a bicycle, maybe 5-10 years, your muscle memory will sort of get activated. That's the same thing desire is, right? Desire is it's your thoughts. It's an impulse, right? It's like, it's your thoughts that are moving forward. That's what desire is. But if you don't convert it, it's going to amount to zero. So it's not okay to just desire it. You must be able to convert it. And that's what chapter 7 sort of focuses on, how to convert that imagination, how to crystallize your imagination. But these are 4 steps that sort of help you to begin to think about that process. The first one, you first of all need to even imagine it, right? The second thing is that you need to get into the space of planning. The third one is action. How do you act on these things? What are the things that you need to do, right? And then look at the barriers, because the barriers would come up. They're always there. But your imagination helps you overcome that barriers and ensures that you can keep moving forward. So those 4 sort of really help you. And he gave us several different examples, to be honest, but this one about Coca-Cola was so important, right? When Asa Candler, I think it's Candler, when Asa Candler got the recipe for Coca-Cola, the person who gave him the recipe has had that recipe and was doing it, but he didn't imagine the scale to which Coca-Cola would be. There's nobody, I don't think there's maybe 80% of the world knows about Coca-Cola. That was the power of imagination. It was the top secret that Asa Candler mixed with the recipe that he had. And I think about Dr. Ben and Dr. Frank as well. He wanted to create an academy, but he needed $1 million. And he didn't know where he was going to get that money from, right? But then one day it happened, and within a week he had $1 million. That is you saying, I'm going to crystallize this thing into action. I'm going to move forward with this thing, right? And so the mastermind principle, just to break it apart again, even though we sort of talked about it, is that you need to first of all know your allies. Who are they? Where are they? Right? You need to be able to say, what is the need for this other person? If somebody doesn't see what is the need for them, why should they connect with you? Right? So you need to be able to really crystallize that and let them understand and connect with it. There needs to be regular engagement. If you're not engaging with people who are your masterminds, who your minds are supposed to be vibrating together, how will there be perfect harmony? And without that perfect harmony, you really cannot move your desires into the space of action, right? Failure is not an end point. You need to understand that failure moves you forward, right? When you fail at something, you're like, I
like that line. I'm going
to move forward. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find a way. But if you sit down and say, oh, I failed at it, let me rest, then you're never going to get to that place where you're successful at it. So don't ever think of failure as your end point. I cut up this thing in the book and put it here because it was too powerful, right? It was too powerful. A quitter never wins and a winner never quits. So it's not about how quickly you get it done. It's the fact that you're determined to get it done. I'm almost wrapping up now. When you get into chapter 7, there are many, many things that they put in, and I'm just going to highlight them very quickly. The first thing is that you need to gain the attributes of leadership. Right now, why do you need to gain the attributes of leadership? If you can't lead, if you can't be in that space where somebody leads you, how can you even lead other people? Because you have not learned anything from anybody else. You need to also avoid the failures in leadership. And there are many different faults. There are plenty. He listed them in chapter 7. Fatal fields in which leadership is required as well. So some of you might be here and you're like, what else do I want to do with my life? If you read that chapter 7, there are many places where you can actually even begin to find ideas of things you can do, ways you can build yourself. And it's a really powerful chapter. And then how do you market your service? What media works best? He sort of dug into that as well. And this is, you know, when Napoleon Hill wrote this book ages ago. But
I'm sure when you read some principles, they say you not say to yourself, Lord, it happens to me that no wonder this book is relevant because the concepts are still relevant today.
They are. They are 100%.
Content marketing is still
look at
there.
that. Packaging a brief, he tells you about why you need to package your brief. And we know, right? And packaging your brief is not just a brief.
Was
How
very
about
prophetic.
your product? That product that you want to sell, have you thought about how to package it? It's not just having the product. So all of these things are so relevant. And then he talked about partnerships.
Yes.
Hey, God. And the partnership is not just about collaborating with people outside, even within your team, you're all sort of working in partnership together. So who is the audience that you are serving? You need to define that audience and then say to yourself, how do I serve them? And then he talks about the QQS rating, which is quality, quantity versus service. And we know, right, if your customer service is crappy, it doesn't matter how great your product is, people will not come back and they will not recommend you. So these things are so, it was a really profound book, but I would end this particular place by saying that you cannot keep hoping to get something if you don't give in return. At some point, it's going to dry up. Think about a well. Why do you think there's rainy season and there's dry season? Rainy season, the water table fills up, right? And then you can fetch from that well. But in dry season, it reduces. But because there is a rainy season, the well is high and then it reduces, but it doesn't finish before the rainy season comes up. So you need to ask yourself, what am I giving? And in understanding what you are given, then you can begin to get some other things back in return. And that is it from me. Thank you all so much.
This is profound, man. Kai,
Thank you so
beautiful.
much, KK. Thank you.
You finished this book, man. Really lovely.
You brought visuals to it.
I'm telling you,
you made
man.
it come alive. Thank you so much.
I'm telling you, man.
Thank you.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so we want to see your emoji. Akilo Shele, are you not feeling it?
Yes,
you should be feeling this book now. It is us that it's a special master class. If you don't know, this is a master class of the highest order.
Yes, so I've dropped my emojis.
Let's see your emoji. Let's see the fire. Let's see the fire.
I've dropped it too.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Oh yeah, Oga, chapter 8. Ogoluwole, chapter 8. Let's go. Thank you.
Okay, chapter 8 was is talking about decision, and Napoleon Hill made us to understand that accurate analysis of about 25,000 men and women who had experienced failure could actually disclose to the fact that lack of decision was what made them to fail in life.
Your internet has gone now.
We can't hear you no more. Is it still there?
People are asking for the replay, and I can tell you that for free, 9 times out of 10, people that actually they don't listen to it. So it's best that they are in the class.
Yes, I agree with you.
They don't go back and listen to it. Not many people are that studios.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, they just ask for the replay just for the asking sake. They ain't looking at that shit, man. Go ahead.
So talking about decision, is that decision, the opposite of decision is procrastination, which is a common enemy of success or whatever it is that you want to achieve in life. So, and it said that analysis of several hundred people who had accumulated fortune well beyond the $1 million mark disclosed that the fact that every one of them had the habit of reaching decision promptly. This actually got me. And they had that ability to be able to make decision promptly. And one common thing about them is that even when they make this decision, and if there's need for them to review that decision, he said they make the decision fast and change the decision slowly. If and when they were changed at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and he said that people who fail to accumulate money without exemption, they have the habit of reaching decision. If at all they reach that decision, they reach decision slowly. For instance, somebody who wants to invest and didn't take the decision to do the investment on time, they drag their decision in making their investment decision on time, or maybe there's an opportunity that shows up, and instead of you to take a quick decision in taking up that opportunity, you lose that opportunity and you may never get anything for life. So we are encouraged to make our decision fast. And they also made us know that majority of the people who fail to accumulate money sufficient for their need are generally people who are easily influenced by the opinion of others. Because when you make decisions, because the last person who talked was talking about the need for you to, okay, I think you also said it, that when you make your decision, it's not everybody that you start announcing your decisions to.
Yeah.
So, and he said that if you look at people who fail in life, they are people who are easily influenced by the opinion of others.
My brother, sorry, let me interject to you. I hope you don't mind, because
okay.
I like it.
No problem.
In speaking about decisions, you know why people sometimes, when they make certain decisions in their lives, they just go about telling everybody? Do you know why? Subconsciously, in their subconscious, they are looking for someone to discourage them. They are looking for somebody to tell them it won't work. They are looking for a confirmation bias. Once they can find like 3 other people to confirm it, they won't go ahead with it. That's what they are looking for. So that's why they tell everybody, including their nanny. You know, I love one guy. The guy said, I love my mom. She's a great emotional woman, but I will never ask her for our opinion when I'm making financial decisions. She was never rich. But when I wanted to get married, I spoke to her. I just said, let me chip that. Just go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. But let me just, should I ask you a question here, or maybe I should just keep on talking? Let me just keep on talking.
Good. Keep on talking. Sorry about my interjection.
He said this set of people who don't take decision fast, or who allow opinions of others to influence them, is that they permit the newspaper, they permit gossip of neighbor to do their thinking for them. They allow the newspaper and the gossip of their neighbors, their friends, to do, instead of them to sit down and do the thinking by themselves and take decision by themselves, analyzing the pros and the cons. They allow the newspaper, the gossip of their neighbors and their friends to do the thinking of them. If you are easily influenced by opinion when you reach a decision, you will not succeed in any undertaking, much less in that of transmitting your own desire into money. So he said that if you are influenced by the opinion of others, you will have no desire of your own, because the opinion of others is what will always influence you. And when the opinions of others influence you, your desire will be suppressed. So close friends, relative, while not meaning to do harm, just like you rightly said now, most times often handicap us through the opinions that they give most times. And sometimes they do this by ridiculing us. They do it humorously, which at the end of the day end up discouraging us from even doing whatever it is that we want to do. So we have been encouraged that when you take a decision, instead of you to be sharing your decision up and down with people, the only people that you are permitted to share your decision with are members of your mastermind.
That's right. That's right.
Who definitely are on the same line of thought,
of consciousness with you as well.
Yes. So that is what you are expected to do. Okay. Yeah. And we are also challenged that you have a brain, you have a mind of your own. So use it to reach your own decision. Keep your eyes and ears, keep them wide open, and keep your mouth closed. If you wish to acquire the habit of making prompt decision, we need to learn this, the habit of keeping our eyes and our ears wide open while our mouth is closed until our decisions are implemented. Okay, so those who talk too much said they actually do little. If you talk more than you listen, you you not only deprive yourself of many opportunities to accumulate useful knowledge, but you also disclose your plans and purpose to people who will take great delight in defeating you because they envy you.
Mm.
So that is just the summary of that chapter talking about decision. Be quick to take your decision, and when you're taking your decision, make sure that you're not sharing it with people that are going to discourage you. Make sure that your decisions are shared with your mastermind. And just like you rightly said, he said the reason why we are being told, not the advice rather, not to share it with people is because your subconscious mind does not recognize whether you have implemented it or you have not implemented
but it's true.
it. So that is just my take about decision.
Powerful. Who's next? You guys are killing it, man. Well done.
To share her. Okay, thank you.
Can I add something? Are you guys enjoying this? Those of us who are just listening, like me.
Guys,
Hi,
we are
everyone.
not seeing your hand in the chat room. Let's be feeling the emoji. Support my people.
Yes, so see my emoji. I've added on that. You guys are not talking. Those of you that are listening like me, why are you not celebrating them now?
I'm celebrating, coach. We're enjoying it. Like I have good feelings all over my body.
Sorry. All right, next, go ahead.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Ogenera. I help businesses do their marketing, landing page, and email automation. So I love this chapter. It's on persistence. And one of the greatest obstacles to success is a lack of persistence. And then what do you do when you encounter an obstacle or opposition? So a lot of people just back out immediately. One thing that is given is that you are going to encounter obstacles. From all the successful men that Napoleon Hill investigated, every single one of them had series of obstacles and opposition on their way to success. And so he says that you don't have to give up at any small sign of an obstacle. And one of the things that make people give up is because, first of all, they are not clear on what they want. Have you ever seen a child requesting for something? The child does not stop.
Don't go there, don't go there, don't go there.
Like, this is what I want. If you don't give it to me, I'm not going to allow you to rest. So a lot of times, like what has been said in previous chapters, definite purpose, you have to be clear on what you want. Failure to be clear on what you want makes you give up easily when you encounter a little bit of opposition. And also being indifferent, and because you're not clear on what you want, so you're indifferent. Okay, if I get it, if I don't get it, it doesn't matter. Blaming others for blaming others for one's mistake. And the problem with that is that it prevents you from getting the lesson from that experience. And every failure, there is a lesson that can be used to propel you to your success. And then weakness of desire. So defeat is temporary. Defeat is finally changed into victory. He gave an example of a lady, Fanny Hurst, who used to write her stories. And for 4 years, she sent it out to different publishers. None of them wanted to accept her story. The particular publisher that finally accepted her story accepted it after they had sent her 36 rejections. And that was the turning point for her. So, but the good news is that you can develop persistence. And he gave 4 ways in which you can develop persistence. One is if you have a definite purpose, because if you know what exactly it is that you want, you are so convinced in it, and that any little obstacle doesn't shake you because you are clear in your mind that this is what you want. And then having a purpose is not enough. How are you going to achieve that purpose? What is the plan that you have in place? If you have a plan in place, then it helps you to be able to go back to your drawing board. Should I continue on the plan? What do I need to tweak on the plan? and then closing your mind against negativity. You know, I like what Poku said about those going around looking for confirmation bias, looking for people to say, oh no, it's not going to work. Close your mind. What if it works? What if mine? There are so many firsts that have happened. What if mine is the first to work?
Come on, girl. I like that.
So close your mind against negativity. That's the only way you're going to be able to develop persistence. And then have people that are going to encourage you on your plan and purpose, which brings to the last chapter, which is the power of the mastermind. There are two main ways you can get knowledge. One is by experience, and then two is by research. But you are limited to what you can achieve if you do something alone. And which is why you need to get people that have the same kind of purpose.
Which is what we are doing right now.
Exactly.
This is like a mastermind.
Yes, they encourage you.
They encourage you. And when you hear their stories, you are motivated. Let me give you guys an example, quick one.
Yeah.
So last year, I worked with a company for 3 months, for 90 days. Say 4 months, yeah. They will pay me a stipulated fee every month for that. And then I get something else when they may hit certain sales. Just to say thank you first, though, before I even got the upside, the guy gave me 2 million naira. Just to say thank you. This is after my professional fees. Why? I got that idea listening to a Naval Ravikant message. When the guy said something very powerful, that rich people get equity. They don't just only get salary or fees. Did you see that here?
Yeah.
So this is like a mastermind now. So I'm just sharing this now. I don't know who this will infect or affect in a positive way. As you go to work on Monday or you do your business, you are thinking, how can I integrate upsides into the thing that I do instead of only one-off fees?
Yeah.
How can I integrate equity into what I do instead of just one-off fees? Do you understand me now?
Yeah.
This is the enrichment that masterminds do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's sort of like what we are having right now. So I just said I should chip that in.
Yeah, it's really very powerful. Yeah,
too powerful.
Yourself with great minds.
Yes,
because you're not only using your own brain power,
yes,
but also you're adding the intelligence, the experience, and the knowledge of all the other people around you.
Yes.
So we start. So one of the questions, the takeaway from here is, who are your closest circle? You know, and you have to start reviewing the list of your closest circle. If your closest circle are not the people that are going to encourage you, because you come in with, you just imagine you come into a room with a lot of high energy and then a lot of people that are just low. The next thing you'll be like, oh, okay, what's my own self?
Yes.
You're always too much. It's only you. So
yes.
you will start bringing yourself down to come to their own level. But
yes.
to get to a place where everybody is high energy, oh, what did you do? Oh, I've shot 2 podcasts, me, I've done 3, I've done 4. So you're all encouraged, and the energy that is being exchanged among each of you in that group is really very powerful. So my closing word is, nobody has achieved great success without great sacrifices. And so be clear on what you want, have a definite plan, and have great allies. And this book is not a one-off book. It's
not at all.
It's like a life Bible.
Yes, it's like a life Bible. You have said it.
Something that you have to keep by your side and keep revisiting and checking
every day.
Yourself. What do I need to do? What do I need to improve on? It's a fantastic read.
Yes.
Thanks for this opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you. This has been so good. Can you imagine if we
so much again.
So guys, if we do this every month, that means we have read 12 books this year.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be dope. You get me?
Yes.
That would be rad. You read 12 books this year.
Yes, I concur. That's awesome.
Yeah. I wanted to give you guys work, but I said let me not use that for the book for February. I wanted to say let's review this book, because this book, I'm geeking out of this book right now. It's 500 pages. I may just say let's do chapter 1 to 6. This book is called Total Recall: The Life of Arnold Schwarzenegger. You gotta read this book.
Wow.
You see how they chop this book? I'm ravaging this book. This book. Hey, Jesus.
But what book is that, please? What's
It's
the name of the book?
Total Recall. It's the autobiography of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Oh my God. This book is a success manual. It's not, forget that, it's a manual of success. This book. I don't talk about this book. Hey. The guy said they were so poor in Austria. They only had one basin of water to bathe in the night. In Mama go first bath because the water they clean then. After Mama bath, if Papa will come bath, that same water. Then he and the brother will come use, no matter how dirty the water, that's what. Do you know why? Because for them to get water, they will walk out up to a mile in the middle of a dark winter. Sometimes for the guy to chop, the back of a tree. Now they scrub, cook, chop. This guy became a governor in California. He married a Kennedy. This guy. Don't mess with this guy. Don't mess with this guy. Before he won the Mr. Universe, the first Mr. Universe he went to in London, there is something he said there. I shouted today. The guy said, when I was going for the first Mr. Universe, I wasn't going to win. I was going there to participate. So when I came second, the thing just hits me like a ton of bricks that the guy that came first is the one that is living the visualization, because he talks a lot about visualization here. The guy stood on the pedestal and he looked down on all of us. I said, I was supposed to be the one. Let me read what he now said. Let me see. Let me read. It really taught me a lesson. After that, I never went to a competition to compete. I went to win. No, let me read from here so that you get it. He said, the giddiness lasted only after I had time to think. Then it hit me. Chet had ended up on the pedestal, not me. He had earned the victory, but I thought I'd made a big mistake. What if I had gone to London intending to win? Would I have prepared better? Would I have performed better? He's now self-analyzing himself now.
Yeah.
Would I have won the Mr. Universe? Instead, I had underestimated my chances. I didn't like the way this made me feel. I worked myself into a powerful state and it really taught me a lesson. And after that, I never went to any competition to compete. I went to win. Even though I like the way I like he's a balanced speaker. He said, even though I didn't win every time, but that was my mindset. I became a total animal. If you tuned into my thoughts before any competition, you will hear the words, I deserve the pedestal. I own it. The sea should pass its way before me. Just get out of my way. I am coming for it.
That's powerful. That's really powerful.
Wow. Wow.
When I told my children and my wife the story of this man, my 9-year-old said, no, he's 10 now. Don't 10 on the 12. He said, Daddy, we have a lot to be grateful to God about. I said, yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
At 9, he was the one that goes to pick up his younger brother from school in Austria. We're talking about walking 2 miles in deep winter. You cannot code now. You cannot code. You're not code now. Then there was no street lights. There were no street lights. And then you complain that somebody didn't pick up your call. You're spoiled. Spoiled. So they didn't comment. They didn't like my video. You're just freaking spoiled. If I went to the gym today, I go to the gym every day, no matter how cold it is. It's cold. I tell my children, I say, look, yeah, you want to, you have heat in your house. You're spoiled, man. If you say you can't walk out in this heat, me, I'll walk into this winter, man. Because I believe that if you are tough on yourself, life will be easy on you. You gotta be tough, man. Mentally, physically, spiritually. Fire. It's the way. Should we review this book? No, we'll go for a smaller book. We'll do this year, but this year we must review this book.
This guy is a great guy.
Jesus Christ. Now, nobody is perfect. Yes, he cheated on his wife.
Yeah,
But he married the royalty of America. He married a Kennedy. You know what it means to marry a Kennedy? Do you know what it freaking means to marry a Kennedy?
Let's review it though.
Because think about it. Really, Dangote's daughter will marry a rich man's child. That's what it be. But how did he enter that circle? How did they enter that circle? How? Don't forget, man. Men have walked through this. And guess what? The moment I picked up this book, they began to read. I'll connect it to what we're talking about now. I have never listened to this guy online. I don't listen to his speeches. I bought this book for 50p. One of my pastimes is walking to old bookstores here in England. I love old bookstores. 50p now I buy the book, less than 500 naira. I'll be 500 naira. Now watch. As I go internet, everywhere I go, I see Arnold Schwarzenegger everywhere. The moment I saw this book, it's the same way Napoleon is auto-suggestion. You program it. If this was my goal, I would say I'm everywhere. Not so.
Yes.
That's what it will be. The only way your dream is alive is if you talk about it to yourself. Your inner ear and your outer ear must hear it. If you think about it, your eyes, your inner eye must hear it. Have it in your vision board because your outer eye must see it and your inner eye must see it. Then take action every day, no matter how small it is, to move you closer to it every single day. Every day. Every day. And guess what? In this book, I learned something too. Village people, not only Nigeria, they abroad. When he went from Austria to England, somebody that brought him from Austria to England, to Germany, the guy that brought him there, when he filled his form to compete in Mr. Universe in England, the man did not send his form to England. The man teared the form, he threw away the form because the man was afraid of his success. I tell my wife today, I say this village will not believe black people get ammo. If you think that everybody likes you, you are deceiving yourself. Some people are grieved by your progress. Some people are grieved by your progress. Your progress, it makes them grieve. This is why you must cover yourself in prayers every day. Every day. You are doing your thing, pushing your life. Some people are actually grieved because of your progress. I don't know about you. I don't have an inkling of jealousy in my soul. I don't have it. I told my sons, I said, I'm not jealous, I'm territorial. They were laughing. I said, what, Daddy? They said, Daddy, what does it mean? I said, it's very simple. Anything anybody has, if I want it, I will work myself to get it. If I desire it. So that way I'm territorial. I'm not jealous. Because jealousy means what you have, I cannot have it. I'm territorial, not jealous. They're different things. Should we work this book?
Yes, coach.
Yes.
I have not been able to drop this book since I picked this book up. I have not been able to drop this book. I mean like a page turner. This book is a page turner.
Let's review it.
It is a page turner. And he's a fascinating writer. It's a great story. In this book, if you see marketing for this book, if you see sales, the guy said one of the most powerful skills you must learn is the ability to sell. He said it. So if you can't sell, you'll be hungry. He said, this is a bodybuilder.
You can't sell, you will be hungry.
He said, you will be hungry.
Jesus.
The guy, every excuse in your life, the guy will remove it.
Hey.
He said when he started to manage a gym, he was so busy, he couldn't train again for Mr. Olympia. And I said to himself, no, watch this. I will train 2 hours early before everybody comes to the gym. I would train another 2 hours before after everybody have left the gym. So it gives me 4 hours of training. No excuse. No excuse. He did everything every young boy. He can't carry babes one time. You can't say to yourself that these babes are they overcarry. So will it lead me to becoming Mr. Universe and act in movies? He had a vision board. This guy gets it, man. He gets it, man. He became the governor of California. Can you believe that? He ruled California. California is richer than Nigeria.
Coach, California's GDP as at last year is more than the entire UK.
Oh, this guy was a governor. He was the fucking governor of this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. From Austria, from poverty. And then you say, you will go church, the go mosque. You know, so God, yo. The belief. You gotta read this book, man. Who's next? I'm not finished.
Yes.
This year.
You just take over. You just carry us away. They go
you just carry us go where we don't know. Eh? You carry us go where we don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know if Susan is ready, but I just want to chip in. Let me quickly chip in something before I jump back into the class. The computer was glitching before.
Sorry.
So, okay, so I listened to the audio of Think and Grow Rich, and then in the beginning, what do you call his name? Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
He said some things. He said that everybody wants to be rich, but we don't know what constitutes real riches.
Your talk, I think your class is in the background speaking. Your other class.
Just get up and leave.
Your other class.
Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so he talks about that riches does not always come in only material things.
Yeah.
Like now, I am rich because I have you guys with me here.
Yeah.
That is part of riches because I have you people here, different people, different knowledge, different energy. Yeah. So it's not only money that constitutes riches. So he talks about 12 things that constitutes real riches. He said that everyone desires to be rich. Not everyone has the know-how of what constitutes enduring riches. Riches does not only constitute material things money can buy. So he now listed 12 things. He said the first one, please listen to these 12 things because you will be amazed at how we look at being very rich. The first one, he said, a positive mental attitude. That means you have to have a positive mental attitude. Number 2, great health physically. You have to be of great sound health physically because it's like it's not only in Africa, but I see a lot of Africans here in diaspora. They are not well. They have 5 jobs. All it's about making money. But they don't know that at the end of the day, when they make this money, they are going to use it to take care of themselves. So it is. I don't want to say penny wise, pound foolish. So the third one is harmony in human relationships. So this is a mastermind group. You build relationships intentionally. Yeah. Intentionally. So the fourth one is freedom from fear. Freedom from fear is, it's not that you not have fear, but it is that you would be able to free yourself from fear. Yes. The fifth one is the hope for future achievement. That means you have to have something you're dreaming about. The sixth one is capacity for applied faith. The seventh is willingness to share one's blessings with others. So if you have a way to eat it and you are not sharing it, you are very poor. It's a poor mental attitude when you are hiding information from others. So if the kind of wealth you have, if the kind of knowledge you have, you cannot share with people, that means it's not wealth. It's not riches. So number 8 is to be engaged in the labor of love. I don't know how really to translate this one, but I want to believe that it is being married, which is not easy. It's having a spouse or someone that you being engaged in labor of love. That is, I don't know, it might mean different things to everybody. And the 9th one is open minds to all subjects towards all people. So they call it, how will I explain it? They call it I don't know the right English for it right now. So if you don't understand something, don't go against that thing you don't understand. Just try to listen, try to learn, try to understand that thing. Don't just, because my culture might be different from yours, and the way we understand and see things might be different, but that does not mean mine is better than yours. It does not mean yours is better than mine. So be open-minded to all subjects towards all people. Number 10 is complete self-discipline. Complete self-discipline means you should be self-disciplined. Number 11 is wisdom to understand people. That is, you try to see the way other people are seeing it. And the last one, you remember that this is what we are talking about is what actually, how you, what constitutes riches.
I don't know what's happening.
Somebody's talking in the background. Who is this person?
Opened yesterday.
Who is this person?
Gives you access to the.
Who is this person? Onyekachi. All right, good.
Right. So Chooks, mute yourself.
The 12th one is financial security. So you see that he said Napoleon Hill himself said, you see that if you notice from all these 12 things, that is the financial security that comes last. That is because all these things, they are very important for you to become financially free, to be able to have money and to be able to enjoy life to the barest minimum. That's the way I see it. So thank you so much. I still remain Balkis. And Susan, can you go on? I still have chapter 13, 14, and 15 to complete.
All right, so let's do that quickly. I want us to do this in this space of 45 1 hour so that everybody can go and prepare for work on Monday.
Okay, so maybe when Susan is done, I'll just send a review of the remaining chapters onto the group.
Yeah,
if that is okay.
Yeah, so let's do it at least 8 o'clock on the dot. 8 o'clock your time, so we're done. Right.
Okay. Good evening, all. Good evening, Paul, and every other person. My name is Susan.
Good evening, Susan.
And when I got this chapters 11 and 12 to review, and the chapter 11 is the mastery of sex transmutation. The first thing I asked myself, what in carry sex come do? How could them money? What in carry? I'm like, okay, have an open mind and just read through. And then I must say it was an eye opener, because one of the things that Napoleon Hill said is that sex is a very powerful emotion, or sex desire is a very powerful emotion. He said something. He said, well, depending on how we want to view or who this sexual relationship is into, I will read there. He said the emotion of sex is so strong and impelling. And impelling is desire for sexual contact that people freely run the risk of life and reputation to indulge in it. And you ask yourself, you say, people that cheat, people that, keep more than one partners, they risk everything. They risk everything just to get this small 5 or 10 or 15 minutes moments of pleasure. One time Coach talked about the upside and the downside, of our actions, and immediately I relate with it. Now, if we bring this vibration, he calls it vibration. If we bring this excitement, if we bring this vibration into, our mindset, wanting to make money or wanting to establish yourself, whatever thing you want to do, it will work same way. It will work same way. So you can't come into this process of thinking and how to think and grow rich, with a small mindset. You have to be hyper. You have to be able to, go all lengths, risk your life, put it all there on the line. If like they say, if I perish, I perish. But know that you have given it, your all. So the next chapter I reviewed talked about the subconscious mind. Again, relating it now to the sex transportation is like, bringing the two of them together. For you to be in that realm, of high vibration, your mind has to accept first, because it's only what the mind accepts that the heart or the that can, motivate you to put things into action. Now, it says here, the most powerful asset we all have is our mind. What do you allow into your mind? In this era of social media, they say unnecessary keeping unnecessary friendship and stuff like that. It is easy to get carried away. There's no time you tune in either to social media or to the news or whatever. 85% of what you get there are negative things. So by the time you allow these things come into your mind, what will begin to happen? Negative seeds are being sown into your mind. You say, if you fail to plant positive desire in your subconscious mind, it will feed upon the thoughts that reach it as a result of your neglect. So you have to, even the Bible says, to guide our hearts with all diligence. You have to protect your thoughts. You have to protect what you allow into your mind.
That's right.
In order for you to be able to create the enabling environment for the seed, to grow and germinate. I remember, again, the Bible says when Jesus was talking to the Samaritan woman, they were arguing back and forth about water. Give me water. You're not going to give me water. I go give water. And Jesus said, if only you knew the gift of God. If only you knew the gift God has for you, that you and who you are speaking to. You say you will ask and I will give you water. Now, if only you know the power in your mind, if only you know the capacity you have in your mind, you will make demand of your heart. You make conscious efforts to saturate your thoughts with positive thoughts. You Fantastic. See, human has the ability to control their mind. What you let in is eventually what you give out. Why so doubt? Why so fear? Why so negative emotion? When you can, turn it around and so positive thoughts and so capacity and so I can do spirit, and you begin, to see that result. Talk to yourself. We talk about positive affirmation. Talk to yourself every day. What is it that you want to see in your life? What is it that you want to see in your marriage? What is it that you want to see in your business? Speak about that thing every day. Profess that thing every day. Believe in it. Believe that which you say, will come to pass. And then he said also that we should deliberately seek the company of people who influence you and think and, account for deliberately seek the company of people who influence you. You have to change the friends that you have. If the people that you have right now or the group that you're associated with right now are not pushing you, are not encouraging you, change that group. You don't belong there. If your daily light shining, or sometimes you begin to feel sorry for them. I say, oh, why is it that you don't even want to share your success story or whatever that is happening, because it looks as it's only you? My dear, you don't belong, to that group. Change that group. So finally, I would just want to say that the creative imagination functions best when the mind is vibrating. And the mind can only vibrate when you're with like minds. That's
right. Fantastic. I want to encourage everyone here. If you're not comfortable with it, maybe research it. I think there's power in writing down your goals or having a vision. But I've got my vision board. I'm looking at it right now. In fact, yesterday as I was praying, I said, this goal, I'm going to put it in my bedroom in the mirror, because I look at the mirror if I come out when I'm dressing up, going to work or something, going for business. So I believe in it. You want to research that. Now, when Arnold Schwarzenegger said he was putting stuff in his wall as his vision board, and he had not read Napoleon Hill's book, truths, there's something about the common thread and the universality of truth. So you want to consider that this year, or make your goal your screensaver, but you've got to see it every time. That repetition helps to program it in your subconscious mind. Yeah, go ahead. Are you guys enjoying this? Everybody enjoying this? We are 20 people here, right? People are talking. You guys enjoying the community?
All right. Don't mind me. Please bear with me.
Back is no one problem. We understand that you are in another training. Yeah, we get it.
So you said you don't know if there is a research to it. They said there's a connection between the hand and somewhere in the brain at the back. Maybe AO something. I'm not sure. But
amygdala. It's called the amygdala. It's the amygdala. Yeah.
So it's connected. So when you write it down, it's connected to somewhere in your brain. So that is why it is very important that you write down your goals.
I'm a big proponent of that.
Writing.
Very big proponent of that.
AOL or AO something. It's arterial something. I'll look for it and I'll get back to you on that. So that's why they say write your goals, write it down. I'm running away again.
Thank you. And if some of you who have written goals down in pieces of paper that you forgot, maybe you were cleaning your house one, you now saw the paper, and now realize that I'm living that life right now. Has it ever happened with anybody here? I'm achieving this thing. Anybody here?
Yes.
And I say, wow, it's like I dreamt too small. What if I made it bigger? This has been a very good book review. All the reviewers were fascinated. Is there one more person? Okay, so I think it's a good place to end the class if there's no other person. Are you done? Balkis? Hello?
Yeah, I'm going to send the concluding chapter onto the group.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll send it through a voice note.
So come and wrap up the class for us now before you go back to your class. Just share a word with us and maybe get 20 seconds from each people that spoke today. That what should we go with, stuff like that.
Okay, so I'm sure everybody has something they've learned or something they've picked out from what we have done today. I'm very sure that you also know that a lot of things don't just fall on your laps. You don't wish. There's nothing like wishing for it. You have to be prepared mentally, physically, and I do believe that a lot of times when people succeed, we say, oh, this person got lucky. There's nothing as getting lucky. The lucky is that the person has worked hard for it. The person has been dreaming for it. And one major thing that Napoleon Hill kept talking about was that he said that he wanted to research rich people. And then the owner of the story, Carnegie, is kind of very rich, and he works for him for 20 years without pay.
Yes, for 20 years. He researched that book for 20 years. No pay.
For 20 years.
That guy was hard. The guy was hard.
That was hard. I kept thinking about it. That 20 years without pay.
Yes.
And then he said that at the end of the day.
And yes, our children can't walk from their school to the house. My mom is calling. Right? Shut up. Take a walk.
So we have to put our mind to it. This is 2023. Even it affects me that I'm talking to you, that we just have to just do it. What the fear of what if it doesn't happen is always what is our fear. What if I fail? What if it's not possible? What if you succeed? What if you succeed? He talked about this story that he said that the general burnt all the ships and then said that if we win or we perish. When they went to war, and then when they got there, the other side army were more than them, and then he he told them to burn all their sheep.
Yes.
And then when they burnt all the sheep, he told them that, you see, there's nothing to carry us home. So
Yes.
it's either we win or we perish, and they won. So it's the mindset is actually very powerful. It's just stretch it, I have not slept since yesterday. And when I was talking to Prof about it, he was like, you're going to need all your strength, and don't worry, stand day. Now laziness, they make person know they won't sleep. Person won't sleep before. Stand day, no worry, we'll manage. But we thank God for everything. I believe we've learned one or two things. It's not just about learning, let's implement. And I pray that everything we wish for comes to pass. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. This was a good class. I wish you guys all the best. Have a great weekend. We may not review a book in February. It may be a long form podcast, a 2-hour podcast. I have a few in my head that I will encourage us to go and listen to, and then we'll discuss it. Or we'll review a book. I don't know, but we'll let you know. So go out there, chase your dreams, make it happen. If you have opportunities that you think will benefit members of the community, please drop it in the WhatsApp group, so that we can all win together. Tell your friends to join the community if you're really getting value from this. Yeah, if you really love people, if you want to pay for your staff or whatever, you want to give somebody as a New Year gift, then put to join the community. But in the meantime, God bless you. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the morning in Morning Ginger. So bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, Coach.
All right.
Thank you for having me.